Today is Friday, April 1st, which means it's the first day of vlog every day in April, or VEDA. You ready for this? I'm really excited to be doing VEDA this year. This is the first VEDA I've ever done. I'm hoping it will be slightly interesting and much less of a fail than my attempt at vlogging every day in January was. Clearly that didn't work. 6 days out of a month. I'm hoping to get through at least a week. Solid week is my goal. Actually, my goal is the month, but first let's get through a week. And to make this hopefully slightly more interesting, I'm going to go in with a plan. So the plan is to kind of be watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer and reading books and talking to you about what's going on in those, and hopefully that will be slightly more interesting than me just trying to come up with a topic out of thin air. Another part of this plan is to have a bit more quality videos on Fridays. So obviously today's Friday and this is not what I would call a quality video, but it's a video, it's the first video, so I'm gonna go with it. But starting next Friday I'm going to try and be completing a music video or two, also perhaps thoughts from places from my trip, band trip to Canada and stuff like that. So hopefully those will be a little bit more quality. So today's topic is Anna and the French Kiss. I didn't know if it was going to quite be my type of book. Romances and me aren't really good friends. Like if there's a romance like in a sci-fi novel or like in a novel with like lots of other stuff going on, I can be okay with it. But I really liked this. I think part of it was that Anna is in some ways a lot like me, not the neat freak part. If you could see the rest of my room, you would know that that was not true. But the rule following part, I kind of suffer from like crippling rule following, which can be problematic. Just seeing her like kind of evolve and break the rules kind of gave me a little bit of hope for myself that someday I can be a less like person about rules, because I do get like that. I don't quite make that face, but it can be bad. Overall, really awesome book. Probably the most interesting story I have about this book was, like, I'd started to read the book, I was like maybe like 30 pages in, and I'd seen references to like Doctor Who, Harry Potter, and Star Wars, so I was pretty good. But then I flipped to the back and I saw the picture of Stephanie Perkins, and I was just like, that looks familiar. And I was watching Alex Carpenter's video for Cannonball Coming, and I was like, hey, who are those people? So here's the photo, and I recognized Alex and Lauren, and then I was like, those people look familiar. And then I started going back and forth, and I kept looking at the book, and looking at the picture, and looking at the book, and looking at the picture. That is totally Stephanie Perkins. What is this? And then I was reading, I think the acknowledgements or dedication or something like that, and she said, for Jared, and I was just like, that sounds familiar too, Jared Perkins. So I naturally Googled it, and then realized that he was Wizard Rocker Greddon Forge, and I was just like, how did I not know this? And it made the book like 10 times as awesome for me starting out, so that was really cool to see all the connections. But overall, awesome book. Probably tomorrow I will watch an episode of Buffy. I don't know quite what episode I'm on. I'm probably on episode 10 of the first season. So I will see you tomorrow.